In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on October 26, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 games after fully watching this video. Thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Nebraska versus Ohio State. An important matchup in the Big Ten Conference is set to take place as the Nebraska Cornhuskers head to Columbus, Ohio, to face the number 4 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. This meeting marks the first time these 2 conference rivals have faced off since 2021, with Ohio State dominating the series, having won the last 7 matchups dating back to 2012. From a betting perspective, Nebraska holds a solid 4-2-1 record against the spread, while the Buckeyes sit at an even 3-3. Game trends differ significantly between the 2 teams. Nebraska's matchups have leaned toward lower scores with a 2-5 over-under split, while Ohio State's games have favored the over with a 4-2 record on totals. Nebraska comes into this contest following a collapse in Week 8, where they were outplayed in a lopsided loss to Indiana. While the Cornhuskers are likely to show some improvement from last week's poor performance, they face an uphill battle against a well-rested Ohio State team coming off a bye week. The Buckeyes are still in the hunt for a playoff spot and cannot afford another loss, which should ensure a focused and motivated performance on Saturday. Ohio State's offense is among the most balanced in the nation, capable of attacking defenses both on the ground and through the air. Nebraska's defense will have its hands full, and it will likely struggle to contain the Buckeyes. Meanwhile, Ohio State's defense, eager to make a statement after a tough loss to Oregon earlier this season, will pose significant challenges to Nebraska's inconsistent offense. Ohio State has a strong track record in this matchup, covering the spread in 6 of its last 8 meetings with Nebraska. They have also been reliable at home, going 7-2 against the spread in their previous 9 Saturday games played in Columbus. In contrast, Nebraska's season has taken a downward turn after their impressive early win over Colorado. Their embarrassing loss to Indiana last week casts doubt on their ability to compete with top-tier teams, especially given their limited offensive firepower. Although this could be a potential trap game for Ohio State with a crucial matchup against Penn State looming, the Buckeyes have proven reliable as heavy favorites. They are 8-3-1 against the spread in their last 12 games when favored by double digits, and as long as they stay focused, the Ohio State Buckeyes to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. When looking at the game total, several factors suggest this contest could result in a lower scoring affair. Both of Ohio State's games with a total set below 50 points this season have gone under, and the current total of 49 points suggests that trend could continue. Nebraska's offensive struggles were on full display last week when they managed just 7 points against Indiana, and those difficulties are likely to persist against Ohio State's strong defensive unit. Outside of their lone loss to Oregon, the Buckeyes have been dominant defensively, holding opponents to fewer than 7 points per game on average, including a shutout against Western Michigan. While Ohio State's offense has been prolific overall, ranking 6th nationally with 43.5 points per game, their scoring has dipped to 35 points per game against Big Ten opponents, highlighting the tougher competition they've faced in conference play. Nebraska's defense, ranked 24th in the country while allowing just 18 points per game, will provide one of the more significant challenges Ohio State has faced outside of Oregon. However, unlike their high-scoring affair against the Ducks, the Buckeyes are unlikely to need a shootout to secure a victory. Nebraska's tendency to play in lower-scoring games is evident in their 2-5 over-under record this season, further supporting the expectation for a more controlled and defensive matchup on Saturday. Nebraska will likely put up a better fight than they did against Indiana, but it is hard to envision them scoring enough to make this a competitive contest. While Ohio State probably won't need to score 50 points to win, the Buckeyes' defense is well positioned to keep Nebraska's offense under control. The Cornhuskers are unlikely to crack the 20-point mark, especially given Ohio State's recent defensive form. The only team to have meaningful success against the Buckeyes this season was Oregon, a top-tier opponent that managed to score 32 points. With their defensive line expected to control the line of scrimmage, Ohio State should make it difficult for Nebraska to sustain drives or generate consistent offense. 6 of Nebraska's last 8 games have stayed under the total. This matchup has all the hallmarks of a classic Big 10 showdown, where defense plays a central role and points are hard to come by. Considering both teams' trends and the current total line, the smart play is on the under, with Nebraska's offense likely to struggle and Ohio State not needing to score in bunches to take care of things. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Notre Dame versus Navy. Notre Dame is heading on the road for a major matchup against Navy on Saturday, October 26th. The Fighting Irish, currently ranked number 12 in the nation, bring a 6-1 record into the contest and are riding high on a 5-game winning streak. Their most recent triumph came in an impressive away game victory against Georgia Tech. On the other side of the field, the midshipmen of Navy have become one of the season's biggest surprises. Ranked number 24, Navy boasts a perfect 6-0 record, making this game crucial for their postseason hopes. A victory over Notre Dame would solidify their claim as a serious contender for the college football playoff, adding significant weight to their undefeated season. Navy's offense has undergone noticeable changes this year, incorporating more shotgun formations than ever before, which gives the team a new dynamic. While they remain committed to their ground-heavy attack, the variety of motion sets and the misdirection they employ at the line of scrimmage add layers of complexity to their offense. If an opposing defense lacks discipline, it can quickly become overwhelmed. Notre Dame has already shown vulnerability to such tactics, as evidenced by their struggles against Northern Illinois, who repeatedly challenged the Irish with aggressive plays. Navy will look to replicate that success by being physical early and utilizing their speed along the edges to challenge Notre Dame's defense. Ultimately, this game may come down to the performance of Notre Dame's quarterback and whether the Irish can sustain drives against a Navy defense that has proven stingy, shutting down all 6 of their opponents so far this season. While Notre Dame certainly has the capability to dominate, especially given that Navy's defense ranks below average in total yards allowed, the midshipmen have earned respect. They've demonstrated consistency by covering the spread in 7 of their last 10 games and have built a solid track record as underdogs. In fact, Navy is 12-4-1 against the spread in their last 17 games as double-digit underdogs, highlighting their ability to perform well when counted out. While Notre Dame is the more complete and well-rounded team, Navy's explosive offense makes it risky to dismiss them easily. Given how well Navy has played all season, betting against them to cover the spread would be unwise. Though Notre Dame is favored to win, expect the game to remain competitive throughout, with Navy keeping it close enough to make things interesting. So the Navy midshipmen to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. One trend worth noting is that the over has hit in all 6 of Navy's games this season. While the midshipmen are known for grinding down the clock with their run game, their offense has evolved, generating more big plays compared to the option-heavy schemes of past years. This dynamic offense will likely present Notre Dame with challenges from the outset, forcing the Irish to adjust. If Navy can score early, Notre Dame may be compelled to lean more heavily on their passing game to keep up, which could lead to some high-risk, high-reward situations. Turnovers could set up either team with favorable field position, or Notre Dame might strike with long touchdown passes. Either way, expect plenty of scoring opportunities. Given both teams' potential to generate points, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington versus Indiana. The Washington Huskies are set to embark on a challenging cross-country journey this Saturday to face the red-hot Indiana Hoosiers on their home turf. Entering the matchup, the Huskies hold a 4-3 overall record, with a 2-2 mark in Big Ten play, marking their first season in the conference. On the other side, the Hoosiers remain undefeated with a perfect 7-0 record, including 4-0 in Big Ten action, under the leadership of first-year head coach Curt Cignetti. This showdown promises to be a crucial test for both teams as they look to solidify their positions within the conference. Indiana's explosive offense will face one of its toughest challenges yet as they go up against a formidable Washington defense. The Huskies rank first in the nation against the pass and have had 2 weeks to prepare for the Hoosiers' high-powered attack. However, Indiana will likely be without starting quarterback Curtis Rourke, who suffered a thumb injury. The Hoosiers are expected to lean heavily on their ground game, a strategy that could pay off given Washington's recent struggles against the run. 2 weeks ago, the Huskies surrendered over 200 rushing yards to Iowa, exposing a potential weakness. Indiana's rushing attack, ranked 25th nationally, is powered by a talented trio of running backs capable of exploiting those vulnerabilities. The Huskies will also have their hands full with Indiana's underrated underrated defense, which ranks 8th in the country in scoring defense. The Hoosiers have excelled at forcing turnovers, currently sitting 22nd in the nation in turnover margin. If Washington makes mistakes and gives up favorable field position, it could spell disaster for them. Indiana's ability to convert those opportunities into points has been evident, as they've outscored opponents by a combined 109 points in their 4 Big Ten wins. Playing at noon, an early start for a West Coast team, gives Indiana another potential advantage, as Washington may struggle to adjust to the time difference in early kickoff. A major storyline heading into this game is how Indiana will perform without starting quarterback Curtis Rourke. Taven Jackson, the sophomore backup, will get the nod under center, and the good news for the Hoosiers is that he'll be playing at home, surrounded by a healthy supporting cast. The offensive line, which has been instrumental in the Hoosiers' success on the ground, is intact and ready to pave the way for a rushing attack that averages 202.4 yards per game, 23rd in the nation. Jackson isn't coming into the game completely cold either. He showed promise in relief last week against Nebraska, completing 7 of 8 passes and throwing 2 touchdown passes. With Coach Curt Cignetti's offensive acumen, Jackson will likely be put in a position to succeed, making the Indiana Hoosiers to win and cover the spread as favorites our full game side pick. The Indiana offense is arguably among the most potent in the nation this season. They are scoring an impressive 49 points per game, the second highest mark in the country. Although losing Rourke is a setback, the Hoosiers still boast an array of offensive weapons capable of putting points on the board. Even with Jackson at quarterback, Indiana should have little trouble scoring into the 30s, especially at home in front of their energized fans. While Washington enters the contest with a 4-3 record, they are a well-rounded team with strengths on both sides of the ball. Their passing offense is particularly effective, averaging 294.6 yards per game, which ranks 17th nationally. Veteran quarterback Will Rogers brings plenty of experience to the table, and despite the hostile atmosphere in Bloomington, he is no stranger to performing under pressure. Indiana's defense played well against Nebraska last week, but Rogers has competed in far more difficult environments throughout his career, and he should be prepared for what awaits him on Saturday. The game's betting total provides an interesting glimpse into what the odds makers expect. The line suggests they either believe Washington's defense can slow down the high-powered Hoosiers or that the Huskies' offense may struggle to keep up with Indiana's scoring pace. So far, Washington has hit the over in 3 of their 4 conference games this season, and they have consistently been able to score points in bunches. In fact, the Huskies have surpassed 40 points in all 4 of their conference matchups, including 2 games where they exceeded 50. Indiana, on the other hand, has only been held below 40 points once all season, and that was in their opening game, when they still managed to score 31 points. While Washington's defense is respectable, ranking 21st in scoring defense, it is unlikely to be enough to slow down Indiana's relentless offense for the full 60 minutes. With both teams possessing the ability to score quickly and efficiently, this game has all the makings of a high-scoring affair. Expect a classic shootout, with both teams trading blows throughout, as both offenses should find plenty of opportunities to light up the scoreboard. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.